To be here. It's simply completely unique. There is nothing else like it on the planet. It's all about humans. It's human stories. They're completely alone. They can't bring family, friends. There is no outside assistance. Everything that moves their boat through the water is because of the skipper. It's a completely unscripted adventure. No one knows exactly what's going to happen.
McIntyre Golden Globe, around the globe from the south to the Endeavour 2026. Yay!
Well, g'day everybody. So here we go again, and I've got a pretty cool character here, and it's quite funny because we're about 1.5 miles apart at the moment, but through circumstance. Hang on, I'll bring him up, and here he comes. 2, 3, 1. Daniel, how are you, mate?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. If we shout really loud, we can probably hear each other, eh? So Daniel is on his boat in the, I think you're still in the fishing boat harbour, is that right?
Yes, in Kilgarnia, yeah.
Okay, and moving tomorrow or something. But and I'm in the office here in Les Abdelone, or our home office, and we've been busy, so we thought let's just do it by remote again. So good to see you. You must be happy to be here after that epic Atlantic crossing.
Yes, although actually I really want to go sailing again. I don't really like the preparation part. I prefer the sailing part.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, but nonetheless, you seem to be doing a pretty good job because you were, I think officially you were our last entry, the last guy on the list to join the race.
Yeah, maybe Ertan was after me, but he already did the race twice, so
yeah, he cheated. He bought a fully prepared boat and he dropped in straight after the MGR. I forgot about that. He's out doing his qualifier at the moment anyway, or more of it. So so it's been a quite a journey, and in fact, I've got some pictures here just to refresh people and set the scene. Hang on, I'm going to show it here. I'm going to quickly shoot through this to one particular spot. It sort of happened from here. That's Louis there with Nuri, the Biscay 36, and you're an Israeli sailor cruising around the world or doing whatever, and you bump into this guy. Just explain that for everyone so they can set the scene of how you made the decision to do the GGR.
Yeah, so I don't know if I believe in fate, but it feels like it actually was fate because all the dots connected at the same time. Actually, I was following the GGR from 2018, and each edition I was a big fan of it. I followed every piece of information that I could find about it. But maybe somewhere inside of me, I imagine myself doing it, but nothing serious. I was not thinking about it seriously. I felt like I'm not ready. I don't have enough experience, and so on. But then I went cruising in 2020 and was cruising since. Actually, I left Israel 6 years ago, and just before I met Louis, I saw something about the GGR. I read the Long Way of Bernard Moitessier and also A World of My Own of Robin. And then I meet Louis, and then I see online a boat that might work for me. And then I thought to myself, okay, I'll just send you an email. Maybe it's already too late to sign in for the race. And then you just say, actually tomorrow is the last day, and you're welcome if you want. So yeah, just everything worked out almost perfectly, and it felt like I really need to do it.
Yeah. Was there anything that Lewis said that made you do it, or you just looked at him in the boat and thought, I can do this?
I don't think there was something in particular, but I think the fact that he's so young and was so bold to decide to go for such a challenge. I thought to myself, if he believes in himself and he can do it, so probably I can do it myself as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting point because he hadn't done a lot of sailing when he first heard about the GGR here. This story will come out when we interview him, but and he just did, I think it was about 4 years ago, and he hardly sailed, and he just sort of thought, I think I want to do this. He saw the GGR boats. So anyway, well that's pretty cool. So let's just take you right back now to the very beginning, right? When you're a little boy, okay? So where were you born? What was your schooling like? What were your parents doing? All that sort of stuff. Where did it all happen?
So I was born in Israel, but I was born like 2 or 3 months after my parents immigrated from the Soviet Union.
Okay.
So and my father in the Soviet Union, he was working on a fishing vessel, like the one that has a fishing fleet around it and processes fish to oil and flour and all these
So
kind
that
of.
was on a Russian ship. That was through Russia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe something from his stories came to me later on,
Yeah.
but he didn't do any fishing since. So yeah, they immigrated to Israel. I was born there, and actually, we were not living by the sea, nothing, but from a young age, I really felt like I'm attracted to the sea.
Yeah.
And basically, my close relationship with the sea started when I was 14, when I decided to go for a Navy boarding school.
Yeah.
And that's it. We started there from, from rowing to dinghies to yachts, and we were sailing every summer with the boarding school to Greece and Cyprus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think there when I was first time at sea without any land, and just I felt freedom that I didn't feel before, and I just got addicted to it.
So did you? So you were sailing on their boats, but did you eventually what? Did you actually build or buy a boat or something for yourself? Where did that kick in?
Yeah, after my school, I went to the Navy. Of course, I served my time for 3 years. I was in the Coast Guard,
Yeah.
and around I think when I was 23 or 24, I bought my first boat. It was an Endeavour 38 center
That's the one.
cockpit.
Yeah. 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 I've got a picture here of that one. Here. Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
I had
Was that ready to go? Or you had to work on it or something, or what was the
not at
story
all.
there?
I couldn't afford a solid boat in a good condition, so I bought the boat I could afford, and it was old and poorly maintained. And but actually, in the Navy, I was a mechanic, so I knew how to maintain and how to refit and do everything to a boat, so I wasn't scared of some work. So I was living on a boat and slowly preparing it for my dream, which I had a dream to live on a boat and go sailing in the world.
Yeah. So how long did that take before you set off?
It took 5 or 6 years because
Okay.
yeah, because I was working and saving some money and just refitting the boat in the weekends, so I didn't have much time for preparation actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2020, I left Israel with my ex-girlfriend, and we sailed since. We crossed the Mediterranean, crossed the Atlantic. We were in the Caribbean, and then Colombia, Panama. We stayed in Panama for more than a year. And then after we split, I was thinking whether I go across the canal or do something else. And I decided to go all the way back to Europe. So yeah, I sailed back to Europe,
How are
and
you making? How are you making money then? Like you're working on the way, working on other people's boats or something?
actually, we were living on a shoelace budget. So at the beginning, we thought we'll have enough money for a year,
Yeah,
but then we found ourselves spending much less than we expected.
yeah.
So we didn't go into marinas at all. All these years, we didn't go into marinas. We saved money as much as possible so we can stay and keep this way of life as long as possible.
Are you
And
catching your
doing
own food
some,
and stuff for your hunting and bits?
definitely, I'm into spearfishing and
Yeah.
all sorts of fishing. And even in the Panama jungles, we went for hunting and other
What were you hunting? What were you hunting?
different things. There are
Monkeys,
wild
wild
chickens
chickens.
there,
Yeah, yeah.
and iguanas, and yeah, and other stuff. Um,
Geez, you're bringing back memories for me. My middle name for 15 years was Jungle. I had an M1 carbine. I had a recurve bow. I had spear gun, hand spear, all the fishing gear in the world. And I used to catch food for everyone else. Same
yeah,
thing, wild chickens, bloody goats and pigs and bloody mud crabs and fish. Jeepers. Anyway,
exactly,
carry on.
exactly. And actually, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I
Yeah.
really enjoy this way of life, the simple life, basic life. I don't need anything fancy.
So how old were you then? How old were you when you're 20? In 2020? I forget your age. How old
I
were you then?
was Yeah, I was just 30, something like
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
29, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm 35.
Yeah.
Um, and that's it. And when I arrived to Europe, I met Louis in Porto, in Portugal.
So you
And
finally
then,
pull up into a marina, which was a really rare thing, and you're alongside Nuri.
no, I was anchoring outside.
Oh, you were okay. So you had to come in on the tender.
Yeah, I was just going with my dinghy to shore, and I saw Nuri, and I just knocked on board, and I thought maybe Michael or some. I didn't know who's gonna come
Yeah, that's
from there.
Captain Goog. Michael's Captain Goog, for those that don't know, who was the skipper of Nuri for the last edition of the race. So you would have followed him on that boat again then, anyway. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you thought Michael was in the boat.
and then Louis came out like sleepy Louis, and he was asleep. I just woke him up, and he thought I'm working for the marina and wanted him to move somewhere.
Because he just got in. It's crazy. He hadn't done a lot of sailing, but then he got the boat, and then all of a sudden he's sailing all over the place. I think he's done about 16,000 miles since then or something. It's quite extraordinary.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway.
yeah. So then I just said, okay, hop on my dinghy. We go to drink few beers on my boat. And like I asked him million questions about the race and his plans and so on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was thinking about 2030, but then I
Oh
said to
no, you can't do
myself,
that.
maybe it's possible for 2026.
Yeah, and then it was. I remember, I forget. We eventually had a connection, a call with emails or whatever. I think it was when you were all of a sudden you popped up and said you're off to Panama to look at three boats, and you're here, there, and everywhere, and it moved really fast. Just walk us through that, because quite surprising. You ended up with a fantastic boat. I've mentioned this before, but it wasn't that simple. You certainly covered ground in about 5 weeks. You went halfway around the world looking for a boat.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Portugal on anchor in Porto, sold my boat over there.
Really
Just
fast, like within a couple of weeks.
yeah, yeah, really fast. Because okay, I mean, I wanted a reasonable price for it, but I wanted to sell it as well. So it was on a good price, and I managed to sell it very fast. Again, luck. Again,
Yeah,
fate. I don't know, whatever.
yeah,
And 2 days after, I was on my flight to Panama. So I just dropped all my things in a friend house in Spain, and hopped on a flight to Panama because I had two boats there, or three boats, two Tayanas and one Cape Dory.
Yeah.
Again, my budget was pretty low, so the boats that I was looking at were wreck. They were project
Yeah.
boats,
Yeah,
and
and I was saying to Jane because we'd just gone through Panama before with the mini globe race fleet, and I saw one of the boats there, and I thought, oh jeepers, it's a lot of work and not much time. So yes, you then decided they weren't so good, and I'm thinking, oh, I think you've run out of time now, and then you come back and you're going north.
yeah, so I found myself in Panama without any backup plan. uh, and I mean, I didn't want to give up. So I was looking online constantly, but couldn't find anything that looks good and in my budget. So next thing that was closest to what I was looking for was in Canada, in Toronto, with Gaurav, who wanted to participate in 2022.
Yeah, he had to pull out in the last months or so, the last couple of months before the start. He had to retire, but so
Yeah,
he had a prepped boat. Well, we thought it was well prepped, but anyway.
so I thought like it was it was a bit above my budget, but I thought if it's really ready for the race, I'll try to do it. And I just bought a ticket to Toronto and went there without. Actually, at the beginning, I didn't even think about where Toronto is, which is pretty far from sea.
Yeah,
And it was already October, and actually, in the beginning of November, I think the locks and everything over there, they are just closing. So there is no way to bring the boat back to sea if I don't do it really, really fast.
yeah,
So I came there, I checked the boat, and I didn't feel that this is the right decision. I really wanted it to work because I thought to myself, if I don't take this boat, probably I need to give up because I have no time and I have no other options. So I think that's it for me. But eventually I decided that it will not be the right decision to take this boat. And and just a random guy which contacted me on Facebook who lived in Toronto said that he is going with his RV to Annapolis Boat Show from Toronto, and said if maybe I should come with him, maybe I'll find something over there.
and at that point,
And
I thought you were crazy. I thought, no way will you find a boat at the boat show. Anyway, I thought, good holiday down the coast. Where you go?
yeah, anyway, we went over there, and actually, you're right. I couldn't find anything on a boat show
Yeah,
because the brokers they are not interested on selling old cheap boats. They just want to sell expensive boats. But when I was there, I was just going through Facebook Marketplace, and this boat, the Baba 35, again another Baba 35, popped out, and I contacted the broker, and the day after we went over there.
still
The
in the RV.
moment
Would your mate taking you in the RV or?
with the RV, yeah, with the guy with the RV. Yeah, it was pretty funny
So you'd
actually.
never met before in your life. You just said, "Yeah, let's go."
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So we came there, and the moment I entered the boat, I knew this is the boat. I tried to check things and show that I'm not very satisfied because I will want to negotiate the price. But actually, everything I looked into, every bilge I looked into, everything I just checked was just right and made right. And I saw that the previous owner took really, really good care of it, and the price was right and the boat was right. So I was so happy at this moment. And after we left the yard, I like an hour after or something like that, I sent my offer, and more or less it was accepted, and that's it. Everything
Yeah,
went really, really fast.
That boat had your name all over it. I couldn't believe it when I saw what was going on, and we talked about it, and all the things that needed to be done to that boat were done. I mean, even to having a tiller, instead of the funny wheel at the back. I mean, yeah, it was quite a buy, quite a deal. So, yeah. And then you're pretty busy though before you took off and went down the coast.
I didn't do much actually because, again, I believe that you should first sail the boat and fill the boat and only then make big changes.
Yeah,
And so I didn't do much. I just put a furling because originally the boat didn't have any furlings, not
yeah,
for the jib and not for the staysail. So I added furling for the Genoa for the jib, and basically it was the only major thing that I did, and that's it. I knew that I don't have much time because winter is coming, and I knew that for further preparations and sailing I better go south. So I just took the boat from the Chesapeake and sailed to St. Martin to the Caribbean.
yeah,
And actually, just somewhere northwest of Bermuda, I caught the biggest storm I was in, and actually, it more or less my first sail with the boat and my first long sail solo sailing. So it was quite of a challenge.
yeah.
But
That was a
yeah, the
dandy, what
boat
we,
is gone.
yeah. So that's amazing. Tell me, just a silly question, because you've got a huge following now on social media, but back then, you were posting little bits. What sort of numbers were people watching? I forget now. When you started sailing with the new boat, were you getting like 5,000, 10,000 views or something like that, or do you remember?
No, not at all. First of all, I was more into writing and I didn't post videos at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was writing, and because I really like to write, and after my first experience with videos, which was on my previous boat with my ex-girlfriend when we had our small YouTube channel, I was fed up of filming and editing, so I didn't think I want to make videos.
yeah,
But I don't know, in some point something changed and I saw people like the videos, and it became a bit easier for me to film and edit. So, but the big following came only now during the Atlantic crossing.
yeah. Just went ballistic, eh? Which is kind of
Yeah.
cool. So you're inspiring a lot of people. Anyway, we'll worry about that when you finish the GGR. Touch wood. So, okay, so yeah, and your Atlantic crossing was a bit of fun. I mean, we were following it until your Starlink antenna got washed off the boat or something and over the side, and then your ex-girlfriend, who was an absolute glamour presenter, she picked up the reins and was posting really well for you. So that was a lot of fun. I was one of your groupies at that stage. We were following it regularly. So you did a
Yeah,
good job.
thank you. Yeah, she did an amazing job. Yeah, she did an amazing job.
Yeah, too true. So what was your takeaway from the Atlantic crossing? Like how would you describe that, and how beneficial was it, and things like that?
So, I did this more or less the same route
Yeah,
last year with my previous boat. And it was in May, not in end of April, but I had great weather and great sailing. But this year, everything was completely different. So I don't know if it's just luck or it's something related to this El Nino that's coming. But yeah, I didn't experience good weather, but actually I'm very kind of happy for it because it was good preparation for me.
yeah, yeah. And I mean the boat. I saw the boat the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I mean it's a pretty impressive boat, pretty powerful. Have you got a relationship with the boat now? Do you feel as if it's part of you, or where does that sit?
With each boat, I have different relationship because this relationship with Exodus is different than the relationship I had with Asterix. But the moment I stepped on the boat, I knew that she is my partner for this challenge, for this journey. I just felt that she is my partner for it, and I feel that she wants it not less than me. So I think we help each other to fulfill our destiny.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It has a very interesting feel. You're right. All of those Bob Perry boats are really, they're ocean boats. You can I see those boats. You can just imagine them down south in the Southern Ocean. Solid as. So that's cool. And where are you at now with your preparation? Are you at 70%, 80%, 90%? Any major things to do?
Yeah, as I joined pretty late along the way, and yeah, I don't really feel that I'm close to 90%, not at all.
Yeah,
Maybe around 70. I still have the biggest project and the most important project for me is the rigging, which I'm gonna replace. And of course, I need all the GGR requirements projects, which is the watertight bulkhead and the lockers, etc. And installing all the safety equipment, which is now ordered and should be delivered any day.
yeah.
But yeah, quite a lot of work still ahead, and time is ticking. So yeah, I feel some anxiety now during these days.
Yeah, you're not alone. There's a few people there. And your manager, we've spoken to your team. I think you got two or three people there helping offline or online. Are they coming out? Are you going to have support, physical support with a couple of people or someone to help?
Yeah, so this actually is what brings me some hope because actually before the Atlantic crossing, I didn't really have a team, and I felt like okay, there is nothing to do. I gonna do it all myself. But then my ex-girlfriend and Michelle, they kind of volunteer to help and do whatever they can, although they are busy as well and they have their own projects and stuff. So but they help as much as they can. And yeah, actually Michelle should come at the end of the month and stay till the race, and hopefully a few more friends will come and help me with the boat works, because yeah, as I said, budget is low and it's very expensive to pay people to do things, and alone it's just not enough time to do everything.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole pile of issues there, even just having people to talk to and help with decisions and stuff. So, anyway, it's good you got someone coming out. And so, I think you did your sales you got new sales done in America before you left, right? So,
Uh, the company that I worked with, yes, they are from the Chesapeake, but I didn't have time to make the sales over there because I left less than a month after I bought the boat.
okay.
So they took the measurements, they made the sales, and they just sent them to St. Martin where I received them.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Okay, so you're looking pretty good in that department because the boat's good, the engine looks good, it's solid. What propeller have you got? What prop have you got on there at the moment? Don't say a fixed blade prop.
Uh, I have a fixed three blade prop, yeah,
And
and
that gonna stay, or are you gonna try and chop it up or something?
yeah, probably I will not change it because again, no budget and no time. So I understand that it will make a difference, but I'm here for the adventure, and I yeah, I'm not. My goal is not to win the race.
Okay,
But
you've got a lot of your friends there watching. I can see we got quite a few on live, so I'll put a plug in. Now you're sitting down, so you won't be too shocked. But we worked it out very carefully in 2018, right? And a
mhm.
fixed three blade prop is going to cost you around about 12 to 13 days.
Wow. Wow.
We did the whole calculation, dragging
Wow.
a three blade prop all the way around in 2018 was 12 to 13 days. So maybe your mates, if they get together and do something. But anyway, That's fine, and you're quite right. I mean, you're not alone. There's been a few that have gone around with three bladers because they're not cheap. I mean, a good two blade feathering or something like that, or three blade whatever, it's about $5,000. Like 4 or 5 grand. It's a lot of money, but it will.
When I saw other competitors assembling the feathering props,
Yeah.
I said, okay, I mean, I don't want to be at the end of the fleet. Although I'm not here to compete, I still don't want
Yeah.
to be the last. And then
Yeah.
I saw the prices and I said, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty radical, eh? But anyway, that's a conversation for later. But I thought I'd bring it up for you just in case there's some happy people watching, So anyway, well, that's cool. So what is it delivering what you expected at the moment? Like you say, you don't like this preparation phase because of the pressure. Obviously, it could be nice if you had an extra year, but is it what you thought it would be from when you decided to sign on? Better or worse?
Much more complicated, let's say like this, because I thought to myself, okay, there are four important things: a solid boat, good rig, sails, and wind vane. That's it. All the rest is not important.
Until you read the notice of race.
Exactly. Exactly, and then it became really complicated. So yeah, that's a big mission. That's a big mission to prepare for the race.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean that's part of the game, I suppose. But anyway, so I ask this question sometimes at the end, but I'll ask it now because we just brought it up. What if there was one thing you could change about the GGR? What would it be? It's not going to change, but we make believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand that all the requirements, they're coming from your experience and from, it's not something we can, like, two sat phones, three PIRBs and all three trackers and all this stuff. Maybe if we could have one of each, and then we could go to this race with a lower budget, would be nicer, because it becomes, it's an expensive, although maybe I thought to myself, maybe I was too naive and I thought to myself it will be cheaper, but
Yeah.
eventually it becomes expensive.
Yeah, and time compresses that as well. But you seem to be doing pretty well. You're doing a lot of work yourself. I mean, it's impressive the way you're approaching it. But okay, let's change the subject. Just lighten it up a bit. I'm going to throw some words at you, right? And you just say the first thing that comes into your head, right?
Yeah, this is the hard part of the video.
Yeah, exactly. You got to think, but don't think. Just blurt it out. All right.
I'll try.
Okay. Cold.
Hate it.
Holidays.
Don't have one.
Winner.
Trying to be one.
Father.
Father.
Father, yeah.
Best friend.
Panic.
Don't have it.
Sleep.
Like it.
Southern Ocean.
Gray.
Knife.
Useful.
Calm.
Mind game.
Money.
Resource.
Fear.
Bad and good.
Vendée Globe.
Too expensive.
Cape Horn.
A dream.
Love.
Essential.
Le Sable d'Olonne.
The beginning.
Adventure.
My life.
Bowline.
Useful.
Albatross.
Soul.
Dreams.
Life.
Lonely.
Bad.
Luck.
Want luck.
Drogue.
Need one.
Family.
Most important thing.
Impossible.
No such a thing.
Hunger.
Um, really bad. I don't know.
Inspiration.
What I'm trying to bring.
Yeah, have you got someone that inspires you or inspired you in some way?
Yeah, definitely. For the Golden Globe, it was all the stories of Bernard Moitissier and Robin Knox Johnston and the other guys. And I think only recently in my life I understood that I want that my life will be a constant adventure.
Yeah.
So I'm still young, and yeah, I was cruising for 5 years, but I understood that I don't want to go to the life I had before, and I even after the Golden Globe, I just want to keep going and doing other adventures in life, and that's it.
Yeah, cool. How long ago? When did you first see or read Robin Knox Johnson's book? You know, World of Going in the from the Sunday Times
Yeah, it was like a year ago, a year and a
a
half
year
ago.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool. Okay, sounds cool. All right, I'm going to ask you some funny questions now, or some interesting questions. Just pick a number 1 to 10.
8.
8. What do you know a lot about?
Fishing.
Fishing.
Yeah,
What's your best form of fishing? Or what's your yeah? Which form of fishing do you prefer?
definitely spearfishing.
Yeah, and what's the best fish you think you've taken on a spear gun?
Wow, I had a big Cobera snapper of around 15 kilos,
Yep,
and I had big jacks. I had all sort of big fish.
that's cool. Oh, jeepers, I used to be there. Anyway, we can chat about that later. Okay, 11 to 20.
12.
12. What was the last time you cried and why?
Uh, Actually, I'm not very good at crying, and I think and I hope that during the Golden Globe I'll get better in it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But
Yeah.
actually, during last few months, I had a few things. My grandfather died,
Okay.
and I cried a bit. And actually, during this last Atlantic crossing, I was emotional about a bird that was constantly following me day and night for almost all the crossing. Probably not the same bird, but almost all the crossing there was a bird following me, and just I thought that it might be my grandfather's soul.
Yeah.
So that's it.
What did your grandfather do in his life, sort of thing?
He was he worked in construction,
Yeah.
but again he really liked fishing in fresh water basically, but he had his small motorboat which he used to use for fishing, and he really liked to be in nature and just going camping and fishing, and I think I got some from him as well.
So he came from Russia to Israel as well, or he was
Yeah,
still? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Cool. Okay, we're in 21 to 30.
yeah. 30.
30. Okay. Where is your life headed, young man? Where is your life headed? Where do you think you're going to be in like 20 years?
Wow, 20 years, it's a lot. I cannot think about 20 years, but I can try and think what's going to happen after the Golden Globe. And hopefully, I'm still single, so hopefully, I'll get uh, a spouse and make a family
Yeah.
someone soon. And yeah, I hope that I gonna continue cruising with my family on a boat and something like that.
Yep. Okay. Sounds cool. 31 to 40.
38.
38. Would you rather be happy or rich, and why?
Happy, definitely.
Yeah, why?
I think first of all, because you cannot buy happiness with money, and when you're happy, I think you have a better chance to be rich as well.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, 41 to 48.
42.
42. How many hours sleep do you get?
When I sail,
Yeah, I'll rephrase that. How many? Yeah, how many hours sleep do you get when you're sailing, and do you think it's enough? How do you manage your sleep?
so basically when I'm offshore, yeah, I put my alarms around 2 to 3 hours. When I'm not in a shipping lane and I'm offshore and there are no any things that I
Yeah,
should be aware of. But sometimes even if your alarms are 2 to 3 hours away, still sometimes you need to wake up before to reef the sails, or something changes, or to put more sail or whatever. So if it's a calm night that nothing changes and I just wake up with my alarms, I feel okay, and
yeah,
then I sleep, I guess, total around, let's say, 8 hours.
yeah,
And but if it's a night that I there are constant squalls or change of wind or stuff like that, yeah, I feel really bad after it.
yeah. It sounds pretty much like I used to do as well. But sometimes you get a huge amount of sleep in certain areas. Anyway, celestial navigation, you're doing okay. You seem to. I see you're doing a lot of it. You really seem to enjoy it.
I mean, when you do it not every day, it's fun. But when you do it every day, it feels sometimes like another thing you have to do. uh, so
Yeah,
sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not so much, but I really like it, especially at the beginning when I just started to get good in it. I felt like it's a magic, and I felt like I discovered the sea and nature all over again, because it gave me some different feeling that I didn't have before when I used the GPS for
yeah.
navigation.
Very holistic feeling, isn't it? But I'm a lazy navigator, probably the same as what you're referring to. If I did a noon sight, that was probably enough most of the time. And if I was really, oh, I better get serious, I'd do a one morning or afternoon sight to do a cross, and that was it. I might do none for 2 more days.
The
But
thing
anyway,
is, yeah, I'm so lazy that
it just happened.
okay, yeah. So I'm so lazy that noon sight is kind of too much work for me, because then I need to take few sites, and so I just prefer to take a site randomly when I feel like it,
Yeah,
without waiting for some hour or something.
yeah, exactly. Actually, I just realised I've got one more silly question here before I get into this stuff. Okay, pick a letter between A and N.
See,
E. So many entrants say E. If you were given an
I
elephant,
said see Charlie, but
they said Charlie. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, that's just as good. What do you think of garden gloves?
Of what?
Garden gloves. If you're working in the garden and you put a glove on, what do you think of the garden gloves?
No, I don't I don't like to use gloves, not in sailing, not in garden, not anywhere. I don't know. I just prefer to feel everything on my hands.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so uh, try for another letter. A to N, but don't do Charlie.
So hotel age.
Hotel. Are you a hunter or gatherer? I know the answer to that already.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Let's go back to these pictures. They're just throwing a couple of things to me. So your solar panels you're going to carry. You got that frame up there with one panel. How many panels? How many? What's happening for alternate energy? Are you going to have a hydrogen
So
water generator, or what are you going to do?
so this solar panel, I'm gonna take it out because it's not strong enough. the solar panel on the pole, so I will take it off and I'll put some flexible solar panels somewhere on deck.
Yeah.
And I had my wind generator, which I was skeptical at the beginning, but actually it does pretty good job.
Yeah.
And I have it, so
Yeah.
why take it off?
Yeah, absolutely.
So probably I'll just have as much solar as I can. I guess around 200 watts, maybe a bit more on deck,
Yeah.
and my wind generator probably. Probably I won't go for the hydro generator. Again, budget and time. Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah.
What batteries? You got AGM or gel batteries? Are they new ones or you got already on the boat or?
Right now I just have lead acid, but yeah, I need to replace them for AGM batteries. I'm gonna have around 400 amps hour.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Oh, there's the wind generator there. I did have a
Yeah.
picture there. So yeah, wind generator can be pretty cool as long as you don't go past 90 degrees, you know. So that's cool. So your navigation's okay, but you won't have a computer for the thingo. So
Yeah, exactly. Just for the almanac and the tables, but
yeah.
I'll buy the books.
Have you got all your paper charts yet for around the world?
I have some which I went when I was visiting Israel. I went to my boarding school, and apparently now all cargo ships they are moving to paperless
Yeah,
system,
easy.
whatever.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
So my boarding school just received thousands of paper charts, which were supposed to
Fantastic.
go to garbage.
Whoa.
And I was there for hours and hours looking for the right charts because they were not in order.
Yeah.
So I found some. I think I found around 60 to 70% of the charts I need,
Oh, great. Yeah, that's cool.
and the rest I'll buy or something else.
Copy or something like that. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good shot. The food shot. So is that stuff from here or that was in America?
That was a shot that I took in the Caribbean.
Okay.
It was some of the cans that I took with me to the crossing, but of course I had much more.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
here
yeah,
have you hit the supermarkets here yet? Because it's fantastic stuff in the supermarkets for wet food. It's great.
yeah, I wasn't in the really big one, just in the Carrefour here in the city, which is not
Yeah.
big enough. It doesn't have enough variety of cans.
No,
Um,
that's the one in the port by the port. No, that one's only a small one.
mhm.
Yeah, there's a couple of big ones on the other side of the Vendée Marina. And it's fantastic. It was really funny. I was looking because Jean Luc took microwave dinners, right, as well as everything else. And
Microwaves?
I just saw that Damien Galou is also taking microwave dinners, and they are really good because only a couple of euro, right? And what Jean Luc was doing is you just put them into the boiling salt water and bring it to the boil, and then he'd stop and let it sit there for 10 minutes, and then he'd just bring it to the boil again and stop and take it out. And he's got a perfect dinner. They cost like $2, and they're really good and they're not heavy, you know. But anyway, better than freeze dried.
That sounds like a good idea because I don't know. I didn't have experience with the freeze dried food, but
Yeah.
recently
Oh
Mara
boy.
gave me a couple of them, and I was very disappointed.
Oh
They
yeah.
were
No,
not
you can't do it
tasty
for
at
a
all.
year, you know, or 8 months or something. But no, well, we can chat about that anyway. But I cannot believe how good the supermarkets are here for stocking up food on a journey as wet food. You know, it's all there. You can get anything at all. Restaurant meals in a tin. You know, they cost about $6, but they're fantastic. Anyway, we digress. What's next on the list here? Well, that's it. That's it. We've done all them. So, well, that's cool. So, what are you looking forward to most? What you know, obviously there's the big picture, which is a circumnavigation non-stop using a sextant and all that sort of stuff. But you know, the race has started. You're sailing in the GGR. What do you think is going to be the best part about it?
For me, it's more of a mental journey than the sailing challenge and everything. I think this is what makes me curious most. Not the sailing, not the miles. I just like sailing and I like being on the water. But what makes me really curious about this journey is the stuff that I'm gonna feel inside me, that the stuff that I'm gonna discover inside me, because probably it will bring me and us, all of us, to a really difficult and hard points that we were never before. So this is what makes me most curious about the race, about this adventure.
Yeah, it's a huge mind game. That's. I mean, you read Robin's book, and to me, that was just epic. Mainly, the takeaway from Robin's book is he should have given up 10 times, 10, 12 times. He just kept going. It's just a mind game, and it's hard for people to comprehend if they've never been out there. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I think a lot of others will too. So that's cool. So, what do you think will be the worst part? What's going to be the nightmare?
Uh, as I told you, I don't really like cold, and I don't like when the sky is constantly gray. I like blue skies, and I like to see the sun. And I guess maybe in the Southern Ocean or in such places where maybe you cannot see the sun for days or weeks or whatever, it can be a bit depressing. But yeah, I think at the end it's worth it because we'll have everything. We'll have good weather, bad weather, blue sky, gray sky. We'll have everything, and this is the interesting part.
Yeah. You're reminding me of a lot of things. The Southern Ocean. The funniest part there, I had a big conversation with Jack Boy, an American in the race with me when I went round in 1990, and we used to just laugh about it. So, oh mate, we spent so much time down below. It's crazy. You hang out and look out the windows for hours, because you only went up on deck to do things. But it's a contrast. So that's cool. How do you feel about the Southern Ocean? Because you've never been in the Southern Ocean. Would that be right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your perception or the relationship you have with the Southern Ocean at the moment? How are you going to tackle it? What do you think of it?
Yeah, so first of all, I have a lot of respect to it, and I understand that it's very powerful, and we can get there a lot of storms and big waves and winds and etc. And so I have a lot of respect to it. I don't think I'm looking forward to it as much as everybody say that they are here for the Southern Ocean. I don't know. But I definitely want to go around the Horn after I endured the Southern Ocean and feel the feeling and the emotions that it will bring with.
Yeah, yeah. And what do you think of the strengths and weaknesses of your boat now? Maybe you've got no weaknesses, but you say you've got you feel as if you're part of the boat. What's the biggest part? Why do you think it's so good? Why is it match? And is there a weakness?
So I think in my eyes the most important thing is the boat to be solid, and it's really solid. It's well built and it was well kept. So it's solid, and I believe that the boat is strong and it can go through all the weather that nature will bring. Again, I don't know if it's gonna be a fast boat and if I'm gonna be a fast sailor. So maybe I will not perform as good, but I think the chances of the boat and me to survive in the Southern Ocean are pretty good, and this is what most important for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully someone will throw in a prop for you. That's cool. That'd be quite something. What are you going to do? Because you can get worn out psychologically or mentally with this. It's a huge game, and you can be absorbed all the time in your head, and even while you're asleep and looking at the beautiful sunsets. What are you going to use for entertainment? What are you going to use for distraction or relaxation on the boat?
So a friend gave me a tape cassette and I don't know, around 40 or 50 cassettes. So I have some music. I will bring as many books as I can,
Yeah,
and I have my guitar, which I'm learning to play, and hopefully I'll be writing a lot.
Yeah,
I'll be writing a lot, and I'll try to film as well to continue with filming.
yeah, yeah. That's cool. So, okay, and have you thought about the loneliness or the isolation as a good, bad, or indifferent thing? And is what do you think you're going to miss the most?
Um, I don't know how I gonna feel after 250 days. That's the number that I tell to myself when I'm thinking about the race, 250 days.
220
Hope.
without that prop, you know. But anyway, we'll carry on.
So I really don't know what I'm gonna feel after so long at sea, because now I had only around 40 days, which half of them was with Starlink. So I didn't really feel the isolation for so long, just for around 2 weeks. And at the end, I really felt it, like I was scrolling in my shortwave radio just to find a human voice,
Yeah,
or someone saying something. It doesn't matter what. Uh, so yeah, I was craving to some human interaction, I guess. But I think at the end I'm a solo person mostly, so I'm okay with myself and I'm okay of being alone. So I right now I don't think it's gonna be the main challenge.
yeah, yeah. Cool. That all makes sense. So, is there something? I mean, I'm impressed with the amount of following you got. We got big, solid people watching at the moment. But just finally, to wrap this whole thing up, what do all your followers do for you? You know, as in, how does it make you feel when you've got so many people following, and what you're doing right now?
Yeah,
Is,
so
is there anything you want to say to them as well? Because they'll be watching this.
yes, so first of all, I feel like it's very important for me to share this adventure, uh, not especially with the world, but with my people, with my close family, which are the Israeli people, for many different reasons. First of all, sailing is not a big thing in Israel. Uh, we don't have many sailors. We all this sailing industry is not something that we have too much in Israel. So hopefully more people, and especially more young people, will see my story, and maybe it will bring them closer to the sea, and maybe it will make them buying a boat and sailing the world, and this is something very important for me. This is why I'll do all my content in Hebrew, because it's not about the number of people who following you. I'm not interested about millions of people and about more money, etc. The impact that I make and the goal is more important for me, and that's why I make my content in Hebrew, because that's what important for me right now.
Yeah, that all makes sense. Yeah. Okay. What do you think you'll be thinking when you cross the finish line of the GGR?
Wow. I mean, at the moment, I constantly thinking about the start day, the day of the
Yeah.
start. Just imagining my family on the dock, saying goodbye, the crowds leaving this famous La Salle channel, putting the mainsail up, start to sail west, and yeah, it already makes me kind of emotional just thinking about the start. So the finish it's too far away. It's too
Yeah.
big to even think about it.
And sometimes it's good to visualize it because it's a draw card. You know, I often visualize things to keep you moving forward. Anyway, I reckon you're doing a good job. And well, silly question. I feel I'm lucky. Do you feel as if you're lucky at the moment? Like you're feeling comfortable? You obviously believe you're going to get to the start line and go. But to me, you look pretty organised. You know, like how do you? Just final comment. How do you feel?
So right now I have like tough days because now the pressure piles up, and the deadlines are coming, and everything should be like, if you don't feel that you made a progress every day, it feels really bad because time is ticking.
Yeah.
So right now I have kind of difficult days. But you asked me if I feel lucky. Yes, definitely. I mean, everything went, even if it wasn't easy, nothing was
Yeah.
easy, but still things worked out for me. And I'm very grateful for everything that happened to me during this last 10 months. So yeah,
Yeah.
I feel lucky.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I'll quickly go through the comments, see if there's any questions. A lot of people saying good luck and all that sort of stuff. Let's say, best team manager, unplug, no questions, so that's easy. They're all just compliments. So, so hang on, here's a guy. Oh, he's going to give you a propeller joke. But anyway, um, all right. Yeah, plenty of compliments there for you. All right. Well, listen, thanks, mate. That's fantastic. And I can see you really. I mean, I could walk to your place in half an hour, so I'm sure we're going to catch up again shortly.
Yeah,
So,
you're welcome anytime.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks. I'll start shutting this down. And thanks, everybody. Thanks, Daniel. Any last comment? Goodbye. See ya.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Don.
I'll do the Aussie thing. Bugger off. See ya. And I'll put this other one up. See you, mate. Okay, everybody. So we'll see who's on next week. But that was cool, so, as usual. So I think it was a bit long, that one, a bit over an hour. But anyway, thank you very much. Goodbye.